Pride and Prejudice, chapter 6. But as usual, let's have a little talk about chapter 5. My first question is, who in our chapter 5 was not anymore shackled by his business and could therefore occupy himself solely in being civil to all the world? Answer: we're talking about Sir William Lucas, right? Keep in mind that he got a position, a very important position. He became a knight, right? So he got the knighthood and by the king, right? And therefore he could focus just on, being part of the society there, high society. And I think that's a very important point. I don't think we have mentioned it thoroughly. But of course, many of those people over there, they would be occupied solely in being civil. So you would pay people a visit. You would wait on people. Remember, another way to say wait on people, pay your respect. You would go to parties, you would throw parties, you would throw balls, right? And of course they didn't need to worry about money because they had a lower class to worry about that, and they had their huge estates, right? So that's why, and this is very important, if you got your money out of doing business, you're not such a noble person. So it's better to hide. I don't know if you remember, but there is a part, please remind me if you can, but there is a character, maybe Mr. Bingley and his sisters, I don't know, I really don't remember, but the point is, there was this character, and part of the family fortune came from doing business, and not from heritage, and not from the family. And it's not that it's a shame, but it's better to hide that, right? If you have to work, even if it's commercial work, it's not, of course, we're not even close to manual labor, right? But it's better to hide, right? Your family should have enough tradition so that not to need to work, right? You should be in a respectable family like that. Okay, and then of course, when Sir William Lucas got to become Sir William Lucas, he wanted to be in this world, right? Okay, and I hope you remember shackle and unshackled, right? Keep in mind another way to say one specific kind of shackles is called handcuffs, when the police officer, subdue you by using that thing. Okay, let me see what else I have here. What is the relation between the Miss Lucases and the Miss Bennets? So remember, this is a very nice way to put Miss in the plural Lucases, Miss in the plural Bennets. Answer: keep in mind they were very close, right? Mainly Elizabeth and Miss Lucas and Charlotte were intimate friends. Okay, but the two families were very close together. Next question. What did Mr. Robinson hear at a party? Answer: he heard somebody saying, and this somebody is Mr. Bingley, saying that for sure Miss Bennet was the prettiest one there in the party, right? And of course, he's talking about the oldest one, right? Of course, he's talking about Jane. Uh, Question. Nowadays, okay, I'll ask about the book specifically in a moment. What is the difference between a friend and an acquaintance? Answer. Well, acquaintance is somebody that you know, okay? It would be very ugly to say my knowns, as you would do if you translate it directly from Portuguese, right? So my acquaintances. I have 3 or 4 good friends and some acquaintances. What about the book? Well, in the book, it seems that they don't have that difference, very clearly, because the book describes intimate acquaintances, right? Okay. Question. If you came to a party on a hack chaise in this society here, would it be a good thing or a bad thing? Answer. A bad thing, right? For some people, of course, because a hack chaise, it means that it's like a cab, it's like a taxi. You pay just to go to a party. You don't own your you don't own your own horse and chaise and things like that. Let me see if I have any other questions. I don't think so. Oh no, I have a nice question that will be important in this chapter 6 here. Question. How can you describe Mary? Answer. Apparently she is the intellectual of the family. And I don't even know if I should have the air quotes when I say intellectual of the family. But maybe yes, right? The air quotes are there. By the way, these we call air quotes, right? Again, by the way, because I'm digressive, I could say quote unquote. Quote unquote. She is the quote unquote intellectual of the family. Why the quotes? Because she's not truly intellectual. She knows and she reads and she tries to get to know books and theories, right? As well as learning how to play instruments and things like that. But to impress people, she likes to be self-satisfied with her knowledge. This is one thing. The second thing is her knowledge is not connected to reality. Okay? And this is the second thing. I know we've commented I think on the previous video, but this is important. Why? Keep in mind those two things. Because of the status of the books, so I want to have something smart to say. Second, knowledge not connected to reality. She's quote unquote an intellectual because an intellectual is worried about finding out real things, not complex things, real things, all right? Otherwise, it's just close to fiction. You are creating a world, and I'm even talking about philosophy here as well. You're creating a world that is extremely complex, and if you are not initiated, you cannot read that, right? So a real intellectual doesn't seek knowledge for his own glory and is worried about the world in general. That doesn't mean that those guys won't have difficult philosophy. Yes, but they can't help it. There's some things that are just too complex. They can't help it. Why am I saying that? Because I think nowadays many people think that being an intellectual is being outside the world. You are in the world of books, all right? You are in the world of culture. So when I read a philosophy book here, nobody can understand me and people would never be able to understand me. And then those people start getting away further and further from reality, you know? And then we have this very strange image, a guy that is a genius but is very dumb. How is it possible that a genius is very dumb? Because if genius is just very smart, okay, but an intellectual shouldn't be dumb. Like, you talk to a guy, he is PhD in philosophy, but he doesn't even know how to deal with his family. There's a problem there. And he doesn't care to know. I'm not saying that we should be perfect, but at least, he should know that there is a problem, and that's a real problem. As real as his philosophy, or even more real than philosophy. Okay? Why am I telling you that? Because you can see that Mary has read many books. He has lots of smart things to say, apparently. She had a very nice description there. But she's just in this world of, books. She doesn't realize that the world of books should be the same world as the world of reality, right? That's why we will see that when she performs, let's put it this way, her speeches and when she plays as well, it's always a little bit displaced, so she doesn't have practical knowledge. Her deep knowledge, her quote-unquote deep knowledge, is far from reality, and that's a big danger. Okay. Let me see if I have anything else. I was going to start reading chapter 6, but I think I'll make this video just a review of chapter 5, because we already have 12 minutes here.